First number of the day, 725. That is the current minimum wage of non-exempt workers in the United States today. So I have to ask, is wage slavery a thing? Let's talk about it. Today's episode is going to be slightly different from the first one. I have two guests on the show with me today, and we're going to be going into detail talking about the issues of wage slavery, whether it be hourly pay, salary pay. We're going to be talking about work versus time, the freedoms of financial freedom, and time freedom. It's going to be a great episode, so stick around. Okay. Welcome back to episode 2 of Just Another Number. I'm your host, 17, and today I got two guests with me, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. So, ladies first.
Hello, I'm Luna, the voice of reason, but you can call me Luna Simone. I am a singer-songwriter, entrepreneur, and mother. Also, waymaker in the process of trying to make the world a better place. One child at a time, one piece of the planet at a time. So that's what I'm here. I'm here to, make a difference, a positive difference. So.
Yes, ma'am. And you, sir?
I'm
being all formal, like I don't know who you are.
Well, my name's Deonte. I don't have a great introduction like that. That was a great introduction. I'm a father, divorcee, or divorcee. How you say it? It's one of those words.
Yeah.
And I just work every day. That's all I do.
Yeah. Okay. You being coy because you got things in the works you ain't talking about yet. Anyhow, so on today's episode, I asked the question: is slavery a thing? So I'm gonna pose it to you guys first. I'm sorry, not slavery. Is wage slavery a thing? Yeah. I'm not gonna edit that. So yes, is wage slavery a thing?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anybody want to expand upon that?
Well, yeah. Okay. So wage slavery is definitely a thing because it seems like they only give us enough to keep coming back every single time. And it seems like we get trapped in the place. Oh man, wage slavery it's crazy because where I work, I get paid every week, but man, they don't give me enough to really live off, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're just scraping just to stay above board. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I hate it, but I got to do it.
I do. I feel like wage slavery is definitely a thing because the point of it is pretty much paying for free resources, right? And then we're like, okay, I don't want to go too deep into it first, but because I was gonna jump.
It's fine.
But so pretty much what they're doing right now is like we're seeing that companies are making record numbers as far as finances, right? As far as profits, right? And so because of that, they're good. But when it comes to the people, it's like they're making all of this money, but they're not giving it back to people that are actually running their businesses. And so it's kind of like it's a bittersweet moment because it's like if you were in finance and you are, in entrepreneurship, if you're in that, then you're good. These are that times are good for you,
Hmm.
but if you are on the back end of that, you're in the background, you are working those businesses, it's going to be really hard, especially when they're speaking on recession and everything like that. It's going to be hard. And I feel like all of this is definitely engineered on purpose. So,
Well, absolutely. So I looked up on Wikipedia. I looked what Wikipedia says about wage slavery. It says wage slavery or slave wages refers to a person's dependence on wage or salary for their livelihood, especially when wages are low, treatment and conditions are poor, and there are few chances for upward mobility. That was their definition of it. And I see that play out in my workplace all the time. I've complained, I've complained, I've complained. They want more production where I work. They want more production, but they don't want to pay more money for said production. See, more production for the company means more money, but more
mm,
production from me means absolutely nothing.
yeah, yeah, it's like they want you to work on fumes,
Yes.
and they don't care that you're burnt out, because I've attempted to change my schedule so that I can have more time to rest and more time for my child. They refused. They refused. And I get it. They're trying to make a quota. There's something that they're trying to do with the
Mhm.
company that I'm partnered with. They're trying to do that. Um, but it's at the expense of the drivers, or the operators is what they call. So it's kind of like it's kind of like, okay, y'all gonna have to suffer until we get this contract.
Mm.
That's pretty much what's
Oh,
gonna happen. So
that's
I'm okay.
that's crazy because where I work, I think I work for Chrysler, and we made 26% more profit than last year, and
Hmm.
our profit sharing that we getting this year is still the same, but we made 26% more.
At least you get a profit sharing. They won't even share the numbers of our production at my job anymore. They used to. And then people start asking for more money and they stop sharing the numbers.
Yeah,
That's smart.
but it's you know it's kind of like slavery in there because when the last time you seen me like with a Saturday off? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I
Yeah.
work 6 days a week. This is a I'm grateful for it, but it's a terrible place to be.
Well,
Terrible.
that brings this ties into one of the other topics that I have as far as exploitation of labor. So, would you view that as an exploitation of labor?
Yes, absolutely. 6 days a week. It's only seven. 6 days a week, and Sunday is usually the day I tend to do nothing, just lay around
Mm.
because I'm
Trying to
I'm so
recover.
tired. Yeah, trying to recover,
Yeah.
and they want more production for some reason. They want more production, but they don't give us any time to ourselves, to our families, or nothing.
I
I
think that.
barely.
Sorry. Go
No, go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry. No, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think that there's an agenda behind that as well, with the people starting to ask questions and people starting to wake up to the real. Um, they tend to try to uh, manipulate the masses with people that are popular, stars or whatever.
Mhm.
But now people are not really. They're starting to not fall for the hype, and it's like if they work us to death. If we're constantly working and we're constantly tired, we're not going to ask any questions, and they're not going to have to be held accountable. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, it's money involved. It's never for the greater good. It's never doing something for the greater good, doing something for the future generations. It's always for the right now money right now. And I feel like if we could step out of that mentality, then we could definitely have some tangible results. But they have to want to get out of that hypnosis, because it's different forms of hypnosis. They're in the power, money, feeding off of the energy of the people hypnosis. We're in the being complacent, being uh too tired to actually implement change, being low-key spoiled a little bit, just a tad in America. We're in that hypnosis. That's the type of hypnosis. So it's like, how are we actually going to be able to implement any change if we're unable to break the hypnosis, if we're unable to break the spell that's put over the people? And the crazy thing about it is that people that try to break the spell, they kill them off. And so it's like, how are we supposed to ever move forward if every time we have a quality leader, you take them out the game, you kill them off? But I mean, it's multiple silent wars. So,
I, could you clarify for me what you meant by spoiled? I'm curious about that. I'm a little curious about that.
spoil. Okay, so how do I explain? So I feel like just the way that people move,
Mm-hmm.
if it's an inconvenience for them, like I would say millennials and the younger generation coming up, if it's an inconvenience, any type of inconvenience,
Mm-hmm.
they have a problem with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they're uncomfortable, this newer generation will just quit. They'll just
Mm-hmm.
be done with it, and they'll just be broke until
So,
they figure it out.
so let me
So
ask.
it's like, either you go do what I need you to do, or I'm not gonna be here. So that's kind of a privilege to have that. So that ties along the lines of privilege, being spoiled. I do feel like Americans, to an extent, are spoiled because a lot of countries don't have the things that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we take that into consideration, and we're so used to nothing happening here. Because
Yeah.
mind you, America is bullying the whole world. So
Yeah.
we live inside of the bully, right? So nothing really happens here. So we're used to getting what we want to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
If you make enough noise, you say one thing about the LGBTQ community, one thing that they don't like.
I,
You
I like
say you
I
say
like
one thing that they don't like, and guess who? You gonna get dragged for filth. You can say one thing, one itty bitty thing, you get dragged for filth. So that's what I mean when I say people are under that hypnosis of being in their ways. Like, I'm gonna get what I want. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we even talk about what we're talking about right now. We want what we want. That's that a part of that privilege of actually being able to hold these conversations, and this being able to lead towards the action of getting what we want. That's what
So
I'm saying. That.
okay, so you would attribute that to spoiled slash privilege. Would you take into consideration that maybe people have maybe looked like, okay, let's take for instance Gen Z, right? That's the ones after us.
Mm-hmm.
They see what our generation as millennials, they see what we went through as far as dealing with student loans, getting in all that debt, and then going to school, following the plan that they gave us, because this crap happened to me. I did what they told me to do. I went to school. I did what I was supposed to do, got the grades I was supposed to get. I came out, and when I tried to get a job, they told me I had no experience. But I can't get experience if I don't have a job. So now I'm in all this debt, and I can't even get a job for what I went to school for. So now I'm just stuck with this debt.
Mm-hmm.
And from my perspective, and I can kind of see where you're coming from, and I also can kind of see it if maybe they just seen from our mistakes and say, no, we ain't gonna do that. We seen what happens when people are trapped at a job for 20, 30 years, and then they retired, and then they just die. Because it's like,
oh my God.
what else is left? So
I
I can
agree.
kind of see them getting a jump on it, like, no, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. I completely agree. But the thing
Yeah.
is that, I feel like they're trying to. It's like it's multiple, because we live in a multiple universe with multiple different categories of Gen Z. So you have the ones that's gonna work for themselves, and they're gonna put forth the effort. They're gonna put them 30 years towards what they want, right? And then you have the ones who gonna do the bare minimum at the job and just quit. And then you have the ones who are willing to put forth the effort, willing to put forth the work. But okay, so that's that one I just said. Sorry, that's the ADHD.
No, it's cool. I got it too.
But then you have the ones that don't want to do the work at all.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, you should just why not just give it to me? Why do I have to do all of this?
Yeah, you're right. I see
You know?
those too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Ugh.
I
It's a
feel like
mixed bag. Yeah, it's a mixed bag.
yeah, we have to be able to talk to or change the minds of the boomers, because that's really who are the ones that are making the decisions, are the boomers, the baby boomers.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really have the same mentality as the people that they're making laws for, and that they're changing, making these big moves for. They don't have us. They're not taking our people into consideration.
That's
And
true.
so, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of.
No. I mean, hey, look, that's the reason why I wanted you all on the show, because I want you to voice your opinion.
No, to be honest, excuse me. To be honest, with a lot of the boomers, they not gonna change their mind. They
No.
are the best dog. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. We just gotta wait till they die off. It's like the honest to God truth. We just
But
gotta
do we
wait till
have
they
time to wait for them to die
No,
off?
no, we don't. Because I'm almost in my mid-30s. So no, we don't have time.
Right,
I'm
because
in
they
my
been
mid 30s,
on
so
for dear life. They got longevity on their side, honey.
I know.
The
I don't
president
know.
like, no, I can do it again.
No, he can't. No, he can't. No, he cannot.
But
I
I got
can't
more
prove.
energy than all of y'all in this room because I sucked the life out of all of y'all.
Man, not Sleepy Joe.
oh man,
Not Sleepy Joe.
I'm staying away from that one. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that one.
That I'm gonna tread these waters.
I just started this channel.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be kind. I want the Republican money too.
Oh, okay. So you Michael Jordan
Yeah,
now?
I'm getting my Jordan on, man.
Michael
Oh my
Jordan.
Republicans
God.
buy shoes too.
Man.
Regardless of if you're Republican or Democrat, it doesn't really matter because
Nah,
none
yeah,
of them are interested in actual change. They're only interested in money and power. So you have to have like a round table. It has to be a round table of each community.
yeah,
That's how you actually implement change. But they have to have the leaders, and you have to stop killing each community's leaders because you don't want them to have a voice.
yeah. That is a whole nother topic on its own. All right, so I guess we're gonna move on. I guess I'm gonna play this first clip,
Okay.
and it's of a guy. His name is Tom Shay. I don't want to mispronounce his last name, but I put his name in the video. So yeah, I'm gonna play this clip right quick.
So every once in a while you get like a new manager, and when you get like a new manager, they have this idea that they're going to improve a lot of things, and they're gonna, they've been hired to do a specific line of work because the higher ups, they've hired them in order to create more profit, more efficiency, or something like that. And they go into this job thinking that they're going to do just that. They're going to make work more effective for the workers and create more profit for the companies and basically for the owners, so that fancy people can afford to eat at nicer lunch places, restaurants, Michelin stars restaurants and stuff like that. So it's a very empty ambition and goal if you really think about it. Now, I respect people who do it for the money. Like, if you're working hard and you do it in order to get money, in order to get something out of it, then I get it. I respect it, sort of. But when you have people that really act the part like they are working day and night in order to improve efficiency and profit for a company, that's when I start to lose respect. So I'm not sure I know what's worse, that they're pretending to do it or they actually are working night and day in order to, do these improvements and stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So basically, I get what he's saying about some people I know some people personally who will sit up here and work 50, 60 hours a week. And, it's basically the work versus time component. And that's actually one of the questions that I wrote down that I wanted to ask you all. Um, Basically, what's worth more to you, time or money?
Time,
Time.
time,
Yeah.
because it's the one thing that you can't have more of. You
Mhm.
can't buy it.
Yeah.
Time is way more important.
I agree.
Like, you ever have those days where you be at work and you like maybe 6 hours in and you be like, damn, I done
Yep.
gave these people 6 hours of my life and I can't get this back. That's like I be having to have pep talks for myself, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you doing this for this. I go through the list of my goals. You doing this for this. You doing this for this. And when you get this, it's gonna be this. And you're not gonna have to do this no more. And so I literally have to give myself a pep talk to keep going through these hours, because it's like you can never get those hours back. You
Yeah.
can never get that time back. And that's what I feel like people are starting to realize. How you going to be disrespectful to your employees and they're giving time that they can't get back? How are you not going to give us what we're worth, and we're giving you time that's taken away from our children, time that's taken away from our families, time that's taken away from our dreams. A lot of people put their dreams on hold to be at these 9 to 5s. And it's like you have to take that into consideration, but there is no ethics in capitalism. So it's like they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's just business, baby.
Yeah.
I like that. There are no ethics in capitalism. It isn't.
It's not
It's
though.
all
I
about the
got that
bottom
from
line.
somebody. I got that from somebody special in my life.
That was dope. I like that. I'ma steal that. I'm
Oh
stealing.
God, I'm
Stealing
gonna
it.
let them know.
Look, okay, so that's one of the other questions I have. What does a realistic work life look like for you?
For
Who wants
me,
to go first? Go ahead. I'll let you go
yeah,
first. I
for
don't want
me,
to take up too much time.
maybe working 30 hours a week, making the same amount of money, spending as least time as I possibly can at the place, and spending the rest of the time chasing the things that I want to do.
Doing what? Do you want to be
Podcasting,
there?
huh?
No, you want, like, so you would want to be there. That would be your ideal job that you would want to be at.
Yeah,
Okay.
like ideal work week, 30 hours a week, nothing more
Okay.
than that. And so I can come home and actually chase the things that I really want to chase. Because I
Hmm.
spend I give them 40, 50 hours a week for it's no reward. I'm too tired to even think about the things I want to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Listen,
it,
no, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's why we've had conversations plenty of time. I mean, you've called me when I'm at work, and
Yeah.
I just be like, "Look, man, I'm tired of this." You know what I'm saying? And I've made it very known. I've been very vocal throughout the almost 8 years I've been at the company I'm at. Like, look, man, my time is worth more than me. Like my time is more important than my money, and I've been saying that for years. And people was looking at me like I was crazy. Like the second I turned 30, that's when that switch went off. Like, I'm 30.
Hmm.
It's all downhill from here.
Oh, I shouldn't be. Yeah,
No,
mentality.
no, it's
It should be. It should not be like that. And see, that's a conditioning right there. That's
Oh
conditioning.
no, 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 no. I don't think it's necessarily conditioning. It was literally the day I turned 30 and I got out of bed and my leg was like, we 30 now. And my leg started hurting. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't feeling this yesterday or any time prior to that. So yeah, that was a big help.
But the thing is like the fear of getting old though. The fear of actually not, getting to that expiration date. Even that's a thing, expiration date.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be so fearful. We should honestly, I feel like getting older, we should be excited about getting older because of what we can provide, what more wisdom we can provide and knowledge we can provide to the earth. And I feel like a lot of people are afraid of that because they're not really giving knowledge. People in general, like they're not giving anything to the planet truthfully.
Yeah.
So they're afraid of dying before they really figure out how to actually give back to society, to the people. You know what I mean? So that's really interesting.
Well, part of the reason I do, the podcast, this show, part of the reason I do the things that I'm doing is so that I can kind of leave a legacy behind for my grandchildren and great grandchildren to say, hey, this is how your grandfather was. See, our grandparents, none of this stuff was around for them to do this. And
Mm-mm.
so this is kind of like, I guess you could look at it as vlogging, but I'm more so about trying to have real life conversations with, about what's going on in people's lives instead of trying to chase the latest trend and do all these dumbass videos,
Mhm.
just to try to get views and clicks. I want to have real conversations because it's like grown folks out here talk about this stuff all the time.
All the time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
All the
saying?
time.
So, but I guess to answer that question before you do, Luna, um, what does a realistic work life look like for me? Not working at all. Like, I don't want to work. I fucking hate it. I don't like working. Unless it's something like this, what I'm doing. Like all the research I did for putting it in the show, yeah, that's work, but I could do that every day. Me having to go to a job and make someone else richer? No, that's not realistic for me. I don't want to do that. Like, so I know everybody can't be an entrepreneur, but damn it, I'm gonna try. I'm not. I don't want to sit up here and just keep working hard and keep stashing money for your 401k. That 401k is useless. I don't care what they tell you. You can put X amount of dollars up for 401k. It's still not going to be enough. I'm telling you, it's not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And I've heard very smart people who are into money tell me it's not enough. They
Mhm.
just do this to say, hey, we'll give you a 401k because we don't want to give you a pension.
Mhm.
Yeah, they took the pension away from us. So I get it. The 401k, it seems like a scam, and it's never going to be enough money to say to if you retire, it won't be enough money really to live off of. So you will actually have to get another job to
Oh,
Yeah.
actually to
Keep the right
actually be okay.
in the rat race.
and let's
Yeah,
not talk about the fact that they've just raised the damn retirement age to 67. And
they
they're
did.
talking about raising it higher. Yes. Actually, Ronald Reagan raised it back in the 80s, but see, he was smart enough to say, we're going to raise it, but I'm going to be long gone by the time this shit go up.
Yeah, that's what they do. They're like, oh, we're gonna do our imprint on society. And guess what? I'm not gonna be here for the damage.
That is
Literally.
That's horrible. That's really sick-minded.
Oh,
Really.
don't even
Yeah.
get me started.
the plan.
Well, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say. Then what's really the plan to really get out of the matrix? Like
Work till you die. The goal is
no,
for
but
you not to escape.
it,
You are a drone. You are not meant to live your own life. You do as we say.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
Damn,
You
I'm trying to
don't,
laugh because I want to cry.
don't feel anything. He said, how do you get out of it? You get out of it. Okay, so I personally I can kind of give you somewhat of an answer to that. So I have actually entered into a spiritual class,
Mhm.
and this woman, she okay. I feel like everything is perspective, but I do feel like there are people who are put on this earth to implement a different form of living to make sure that people are not living at a low frequency, right? So She's been teaching about the importance of feeling
Hmm.
and the importance of not uh not losing yourself in this world and looking at this world as a game. Me, I have never. Sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. She inching closer because she can hear me being
It's fine.
loud. So, um, not losing yourself in this, and seeing life as a game. I never saw life as a game. I always thought this shit is real. I'm not with it. I'm not with the shits. I do not like it. It is not cool. This is sad. But when she kind of reeled me back in when I entered into her class, she was telling us the importance of feeling and actually having fun in life and maneuvering through life as it is a game, right? And I'm still learning more, but the way to get out of it is to win the game through self-sufficiency and through knowing when you're being fucked with. So she called, I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot.
No, you
I'm
good.
okay. No, I'm a cursor. So
That's fine.
knowing when you are being messed with. So she calls this the interference. So say something good happens to you and automatically you got a call, somebody call you with some bad news or something. That's interference.
Hmm.
That's something that's going to mess with your energy, your frequency. Okay? It's going to lower your frequency. Just like on Valentine's Day, when those kids got shot the day
Yeah.
before, that was not a coincidence. That was to lower the frequency of the people because they knew that in that day, Valentine's Day, everybody's loving on each other. Everybody's feeling.
Hold
You know,
on, Luna. Hold on 1 second.
sorry.
No, it's not that. It's just I had actually planned to talk about this on a different episode. And I
Okay.
actually wanted to invite you back so you could be one of the people to talk about it. I was actually going to try to get you and Ty to come on and talk about it because
Okay.
I'm not really a spiritual person. I'm not an atheist. I believe in God, but as far as all that spirituality stuff, I know a little bit about it, but they tend to lose me after a small amount of time. So
Well,
I said this would
I
be good for me to do a show about it because it's like maybe someone can enlighten me,
mhm.
because uh, people who are really deeply in it, and I know you in it too, Cuzzo. So if you want to come back, you can get into that
Oh
too.
yeah,
But I really want Luna to answer the question, so
okay.
because we kind of got away from it, and it's good. It's good. It's beautiful, actually. Because
Mhm.
that's how the conversation is genuine and organic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask the question again. What does a realistic work life look like to you?
A realistic work life looks like to me actually implementing positive change and getting paid for it, but the
Hmm.
money not being something that's important. Um, so that's actual work,
Hmm.
not working for paper, but actually working and knowing that my refrigerator is going to be full. My bills are going to be paid. Not actually having bills.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like living a life where there are no bills. We just live in a society where the planet gives us what we need, so we utilize it and we take care of the planet. That's the
Hmm.
ideal work life for me. Is doing the work, but not getting paid paper, but actually implementing positive change. That's
So
a
what
work life.
what it sounds like is you sound like those people who come from the moneyless society, and the conservatives, oh, you guys are a bunch of socialists and communists, and they just be throwing these words out, and half time the people be saying them don't even know what they really mean. So I just like, maybe we need to try something different because this capitalism shit ain't really,
It
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 ain't
ain't
working
working.
for everybody.
No. Capitalism is working, but it's only working for certain people. It's
That's
not
what I
working
mean.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was created for them.
Yeah, it kind of
Some
was.
people got lucky, like the Rihannas and the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's. They got lucky, but they still can't actually implement change with that money. Because if
They
they
can't.
did, they would have bought us the island and we would have been gone.
Woo. Need to bring y'all to my conspiracy episode too.
No, for sure. No, it's the
No,
truth. It seems like everybody that's affluent that happens to look like us,
yeah.
they don't really do anything for us or even speak on any of the problems. But they will tell you to get out and vote for some reason.
I don't think they can though.
I don't
Right.
either. I don't think they can. I wonder if it's in the contract. You get this money, but you
But you
can't do
can't help
nothing
your
with it.
people. You can't help your people.
I'm not like how they did my man Kanye. I'm not saying Kanye not crazy. He did a few things that were overboard. But if you listen to some of the stuff he was saying, he was not wrong. He wasn't. He was actually on point.
I
Yeah,
heard that they gave him a new or trying to give him a new
yeah, they're
contract.
trying to, but if I was them, I wouldn't take it. They showed
I
their
would
hand,
They
I
like go
wouldn't take
ahead
it.
and come on in so we can
so we don't lose this money.
and so we can plan something else. Because you've been talking a lot. Come on back in the office.
You
Thing
know,
that's
go ahead.
no, the thing that's crazy about that situation, he's when he said what he said, Adidas dropped him,
Hmm.
but their company was founded by like the Nazi party. It's really wild. But
Yeah,
I understand why they dropped it because they like, no, we trying to get away from this. Nah, we trying to get away from this.
The
Leave
Nazi
us alone.
how? Wait, how?
It was
it's
oh
founded in
god.
Germany,
Yeah, it was
and
founded in Germany.
during that time.
But aren't they owned by the ish people?
No,
No.
Adidas
Mm-mm.
is not?
No,
Mm.
Okay, so who are they owned by?
still owned in Germany, ain't it?
Yeah. It's still a German. It's a German company. Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who exactly owns it.
right.
But when Adidas first came to the forefront, it was a Nazi thing. But
Mm.
Just like Volkswagen and yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's. Thank them for the cars because hey, they gave us the engine, so I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at the car. Thank you for the car, but
I
it's
mean,
just crazy.
but they gave you the car so that you can keep pushing their system.
That's
Hmm.
They're
it's
like, hey,
true.
let's make life a little bit easier for you so you can be our slave still. Just in a different form.
See, I was warned about you, Luna.
No, because you
I was
did.
I was warned ahead of time that what you
She
would be
did.
like, and I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. That's why I'm like, yeah, she'll be perfect for the show. She sure will.
I want to know. We have to have a conversation.
We'll do it off mic, but um, okay. So progressing along. So should workers have more power in the workplace?
What kind of power?
Well, I guess it would be. I guess it would be predicated towards something specifically to maybe whatever a person is dealing with in their particular job. Okay, because all jobs are not the same. So most people who go to work, they already feel powerless. Like they have no say so. If they make suggestions, things get ignored. It's just basically you just a cog in the machine. So basically, more power would maybe look like in the form of I don't know, being able to have regular meetings with like the top brass of the company, maybe, or being able to make suggestions and then have the company kind of compromise and implement said suggestions. You know, like,
Mhm.
hey, if I'm sitting up here doing the job of maybe two people, when you originally had two people doing this job, but then you let one go, and you haven't hired another person, or you haven't, or you tried, but you can't find anyone, and yet I'm forced to pick up that slack.
Mm,
But you're still paying me for one job when I'm doing
yeah.
two.
Like there should be some policies that are
Right.
written where
Yeah.
that's not happening. So you mean like do we so do we feel like people should be able to have more of a say when it comes to ways, things that are
Yeah.
happening as far as like decisions being made? Yeah. Hell yeah. I do feel like there should be a suggestion box for every, but it shouldn't just be a suggestion box. It should be an action box.
Right. That's what I'm about to say.
you know, like, oh, you can voice your opinion, but it's probably not gonna get,
Mm-hmm.
I
so
have
there should be policies that holds them to that. Yeah.
I have so much to say on this, but I cannot really say what I really want to say because I don't want to get in trouble. I really
Yeah, you
don't.
made the mistake
Yeah,
of saying where you work. that's
yeah.
why. That's why I didn't
I
say where I worked.
Just speak
I
in
have
code.
I have I have so much to speak on this topic because the people who we have uh supposedly we are in the union, but the union don't fight for us like they
Well,
should.
see,
If they
that was actually one of my questions though. But go ahead.
I'm gonna have to connect you with somebody that works with unions
oh,
because yeah, I know somebody who works with unions.
because
So
the last contract that we signed, they let it go. We was doing 4 days, 10 hours a day, 3 days off. That was perfect.
mm-hmm.
They let the contract be changed. Now they went to 5 days, 9 or 10 hours a day, and they could schedule a Saturday whenever they want.
mm, no, it should be every other Saturday, or what Saturdays do you want to work? You
It
know,
it's it should be, but I say during the month we'll work 3 Saturdays and have one off.
Nope.
mm-mm.
Nope. I
Three.
pitch a fit every time my job try that Saturday shit, and I'm like, no,
We can't because we signed the contract.
no, that is different for you. That's one of the good and bad things about being in a union.
Like they signed the contract, so it's either I show up or I get fired. Is gonna be like that, and it's
Also,
crazy.
no points.
Oh yeah, it's a point system, but if you get them points, if they rack up, you out of there. you
What's
out.
your point looking?
It ain't if I if it ain't good. It ain't good. It ain't
What?
because I done had to take them hits. Like, nope, not today.
Yeah.
Not today. But
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
no, I feel, and then when you talk to them and you have a grievance about something, it's like, hey man, it is what it is. That's basically the reply. It is what it
Oh,
is.
oh, that's you can't change anything then if it is what it is. It's just set in stone. But if you don't ever elevate, you don't ever change, then you die. So I mean, you can't say it is what it is. No, things are ever changing.
yeah.
That's how they operate. Cause I remember I was on the phone. I was on the phone with 1-7, and I was at work. I think you remember this day. I had a mental breakdown.
Oh,
I grabbed my bags and I'm
Oh
like, I
yeah, yeah. They
quit.
stopped you at the door. Yeah,
They stopped me at the door. I was like,
yeah,
I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'll
yeah,
figure out another way.
yeah.
They stopped me at the door.
oh, they told you not that you couldn't quit.
No, I was going through a lot at that time, and
Yeah.
it was just the stress of always being at work. I just was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. It got to be another way.
Yeah.
They stopped me. I calmed down. They let me go home and just recalibrate. But man, it's it's no. We should have more power, but in a place like where I work, man, you have none. You are just there. I've seen like somebody not too long ago had a heart attack and died.
Because of the stress.
Yeah, they was
And the
they
poor
was
probably too.
and they kept everybody that he was over there with. They just kept the line moving. They just got somebody to replace him. It was like he was. It's like he wasn't even a person.
Yeah. Like they just see you as a number. And I definitely feel like
That's the subtext
we're
to the
speaking
show. Just another number, huh?
I do see like when we were talking about policy,
Yeah.
Mhm.
um, you know, them actually implementing some type of like if something happens in your life where like you may lose somebody or you may be going through a mental break or you are dealing with burnout, there should be something written in their policy where they allow you time to regather yourself. Because sometimes you can't recharge. That's the thing. It's like you don't have enough time to recharge. And on top of that, we're also dealing with so many different energies that it's like they don't understand that life is life and that there are actual wars happening. The planet is going through changes and people are literally being affected through that energetically, and they don't care. They don't care. So it's like you have to be drained of all of your energy but still work. And it's like, how are we supposed to, what type of world are we building for our children where that's the mentality and that's okay?
We working for monopoly money. That's pretty much it. We working for some man-made ass paper, some
Mm-hmm.
shit that didn't come from outer space, some shit that was made on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That they can make
Hey, this
so
is some
much more.
currency, and we can just print the shit out of it. And then when we print too much, we'll say it's inflation because now it's not worth shit. Now it's not worth what it used to, which is why a fucking quarter bag of chips costs damn near $1 now. Which is why a dollar bag of chips costs fucking $2.19. Oh, I'm sorry, it probably went up higher than that. It's probably at $2.50 by now.
Nah,
Every time I go to the grocery store or just the gas station and I see the price of chips, I just get so upset. I'm like, I wasn't paying them prices as a kid.
You
no.
shouldn't have to pay them at all
I agree.
because it's food.
It's
And it's
food.
something that you need in order for you to sustain life. You shouldn't have to pay for food. We have a group of people who feel like humans owe them something because they are not human. But anyways,
No, it's
Okay.
it's it's no,
Okay.
you
you
feel like the world owes you something. For what?
it's just
I came up in this world just like you.
that's like these people who get upset. It's like these people who get upset out here in the world. And I see this so much and I try my best not to comment when I see these stories. It's like you're going to get upset that okay, no matter how you feel about the government, if the government says
Is this clean?
we're going to give y'all more money for food stamps,
Thank you.
you got people who get mad about that. Why are you giving people more money for food stamps? Like, wait a minute, you don't want people to eat? Because
Because
you
there's more people that are sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying you do realize that if people are starving, you know they're gonna come looking for food, right? And you know they're not coming with the best of intentions because when you're starving, you're desperate. And when you're desperate, you'll do desperate things when you need to eat.
That is true.
That's what I don't understand why people don't understand. Like, bro, if I'm hungry, I can't say what I'm gonna say, but if I gotta eat, hey man, you better have something because it ain't gonna
If
be
my,
pretty.
if
But
my
people
plate,
are taking advantage of that too. There are people that are taking advantage of that system. And that's why
yeah,
America is obese.
and the people that are taking advantage of that system, most of them, no, contrary to popular beliefs,
I
are
know where you're going with
Caucasian.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it
Yeah.
again, just in case they didn't hear you.
Contrary to popular belief, the people who are manipulating that system are Caucasian for the most part.
So
I,
I take it you guys are gonna come back for when I do my race episode.
Oh yeah,
I personally feel like fruits and vegetables, things that are from the earth, that are
Right.
not mechanically or bioengineered food,
Mhm.
that don't have that little label on, and now they got the food that has them bioengineered food. That food, yeah, you probably should pay for that food because it was processed. But
Yeah.
I feel like food that's coming from the earth, I feel like it should be free.
Yeah, you
Like
can't charge for
herbs that
that.
are coming from the earth, I feel like that should be free. Those are help, but they don't. It's the hypnosis.
Yes,
Everybody
capitalism.
got to be sick because we got to fund the pharma. We got to fund the hospitals that don't do nothing. It boils down to money. It
Yeah.
always boils down to money, no matter what. I feel like if we didn't have that as the middleman, we would be so much further. Just Detroit alone would be so much further along if we just did things because it was the right thing to do as far as moving forward for humanity. Okay, you got all of this trash everywhere.
Yeah.
Main reason why it's trash everywhere is because people don't care. The reason
Yeah.
why people don't care is because there's a chemical imbalance that from the food that they're eating. So
Hmm.
they don't care. So it's like if we could figure out a way, and I've been talking with a higher power about really figuring out a different system that cuts out the middleman where we all can have our refrigerators filled, where we all can live a life where we're not being exploited, because Americans are being exploited right now.
Oh yeah.
Financially.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Mhm.
okay, that sounds great, but I already know what the pushback to that would be. So people
Y'all
will.
just want it for free. No.
Nah, no, it's not even just that. It's just even if they went along with 90% of your argument, which I agree with 100% of it, they will push back saying something stupid like, well, what about population control? If everybody just gets to eat, then everybody's going to keep eating and then reproducing, and then the population's going to spiral out of control, and then that's a drain on resources.
The population is already out of control.
Yeah.
You didn't stop people when they started implementing hamburger and telling people to eat hamburger. The population skyrocketed. Why? Because there's hormones in hamburger, and hormones cause you to want to reproduce. So, hello, like you can't be the solution and the problem at the same time, and that's what they want to do. They want to be the solution and they want to be the problem all the time. And
Order
it's
out of
like,
chaos, as they say.
move out the way so that we can do what we need to do. Because our children, man, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree. That crosses my mind from time to time when I look at my kids, and it's just like, damn, what kind of future are you guys gonna have? And sometimes I'll admit, I feel like the way I'm raising them, I feel like I'm setting them up for failure
Mm-hmm.
because I'm telling them how to navigate a world as of now, and this is the current climate that we're living in. But when they get my age, the world will most likely have changed 30 times over. And
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
so everything that I've taught them will have become outdated and useless. Because I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I told my oldest son this 1,000 times. I said, everything that I'm teaching you, everything how I'm teaching you how to conduct yourself, how to operate, I'm teaching you how to live in a civilized society. The
Mm-hmm.
day society is no longer civilized, everything that I taught you is out of the window because now you are in survival mode. And
Mm-hmm.
now you are going to do whatever it is that you have to do to survive. And some of your actions may be seen as evil, but it is for survival purposes
Mm-hmm.
because you can guarantee there will be millions of other people with this same mentality. And if you are walking around acting like you are still in a civilized society, you will be prey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've
Yeah.
told him that.
And
So,
it's sad that you have to tell your child that, like, one day. It's almost like we Americans are waiting for, or not even just Americans. It's like people are waiting for the other shoe to drop, and they're like, okay, well, when is it gonna happen? But then there's the other half of the world that's like, it probably won't ever happen.
mhm.
Because the only way for that to happen is if people buck against what we got going on. That's the only way. Unless, because I mean, we already went through a pandemic.
Yeah.
And we already got zombies. I mean, we have empty people walking around all the time that suck the life out of you. So I mean,
I don't
we
mean to
already
laugh,
got
but I
empty
know it is.
zombies.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
so
Darnell,
they're already in it.
what do I always preach? Anarchy. The 99 need to say enough is enough. I
I
preach
agree.
anarchy so much.
But we don't want to fight. We're
No, no.
tired. That's the thing. We're too tired to fight.
To fight.
That's the thing. We just want peace. I want peace.
Yeah.
I just want to recreate a world that's better for our children. That's all I want. I don't want to have to fight you and kill you in order for us to get to that level. You just gonna have to die off. Like that's the mentality that a lot of us have. Like, can you just hurry up? We just waiting for y'all to just go, because we not going to war. We not about to give up not all the hours that we didn't put in to this life. I'm about to go to war for what?
No,
That's the mentality that people have. For what? What am I fighting for?
Unf-
When push comes to shove, is somebody in your house?
oh, of course.
Then maybe,
yeah,
yeah. But if it's not, if they don't have to, they're not gonna do that because people are tired of fighting. We've been at war for so long.
I, unfortunately, I've come to the understanding of, especially learning through history. I'm not a historian, but I am a history buff. I love learning about history and looking back the fake and the real history. That's a whole nother subject. Um, but what I've noticed is that the only language people understand is violence,
Yep.
and we
They're
can sit up,
conditioned.
huh?
Sorry, they're conditioned that way. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. That's what I've seen. It's the winners, the victors are the people who are the most violent. The winners and the victors are the people who kill the most and who kill the morale, literally and metaphorically, of the other side of who or who they choose to want to oppress. In this case, um, that's what I've seen throughout the years. Like, we can march and we can do all that shit, but man, marching is only going to go so far. It's hard to make progress, especially in America. It's hard to make progress and march and do all of this shit to try to get a politician to change their mind and to try to change some policies of the country when they are being bought off. They want to call it it's bribery. It's not lobbying, it's bribery. It's
Yeah.
literally legalized bribery.
And they
So
call and they gave a name for it, lobbyists. Man, that's crazy. It made it legal. It's just legally bribing people. That's all.
so when I see it
They
that
created
way,
it. You see that?
Yeah, they made it. They made it okay. It's so crazy. I
mhm,
speaking on the buying the politicians, I think Dr. Claude Anderson, he he kind of broke it down about, like, if we want to get like in the game for real, first
mhm,
off, what's gonna have to happen is unity between us. That's first.
mhm.
Then we have to create we got to keep the money in the community first, and then we got to start buying the politicians. We got to start having lobbyists like, yeah, we got this for you, we need this. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Hmm. We also got
And
to stop talking about what we're doing online
yes,
I agree.
because
we need
that's the
to.
reason why they know everything. Go ahead.
No, that's hard because
We got to communicate.
yeah, but no, no,
I have a way to be able to do that,
Yeah,
but
let's not
it's
say that
like
online.
yeah. Let's let's not tell them.
Right.
Let's
When, just in case y'all curious, we just send in carrier pigeons. That's all we do.
we have the owls.
We going back to the real tweets, coming from real
for real.
birds.
The real tweets. Oh man,
Oh
it's
man.
but no, it's this mm, lobbyists. Man, I hate the government like nobody's business,
Hmm.
and it's really not for the people. It really isn't, man.
No, it's just for the corporations. It's
It's
for the
just for the
rich.
corporation.
Yeah.
America is a corporation. It's not. They call it a country. Is America just a corporation?
Hmm.
You know how many times I've seen a politician when they're in the middle of speaking, and millions of people in the country. It's like they stop themselves from telling the truth. It's like, this shit's a company. It's like you know it. The corporate states of America. That's what I've seen. Plenty of people call it online. And
Yeah.
so, all right, we got sidetracked like a motherfucker.
We did.
It was like I say, I welcome
Good
it though.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
What's the
all
next
right.
question?
Yeah.
You said you
All
had
right.
10. What we on 4?
Yeah, that was the fourth one actually. I had 8. All right. Look. All right. It's not really just a question. It's just like I got so much other stuff. I took down all these notes and wrote down all this information. I might do that on something else that has to do with the video, but don't worry about it. So in you guys' in you all's estimation, right? We know about the minimum wage currently, and I said this at the beginning of the video. Um, not in this thing. It's whatever. I'll edit this part out. Currently, the minimum wage is $7.25 for non-exempt workers in the United States federally. Now, I know states have different minimum wage laws on the books, but federally, across the board, it's $7.25.
Still?
Still, it hasn't been raised since shit. When was the last time was it raised? July 24th, 2009, under Barack Obama.
And he only raised it to $7.
Well, I mean, it was lower than that when he raised it.
But
So,
didn't they say that they were going to raise it to 15?
well, see, that's not going to happen. The Republicans are never going to go for it. Democrats want to raise it, not to get political, but you just got to call the facts the facts. The Democrats want to raise it to $15 an hour. The Republicans don't because, you know, they really take the side of corporations. I mean, both parties do, but the Republicans have no shame. They don't hide it. Yes, we're for the rich. Fuck you.
Then why don't y'all just be the only ones on the planet to see how that works? Ain't nobody gonna buy your shit.
Listen, this is
enough for y'all.
This is the problem that I have with, like, and I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a show in the future about automation. So, but this is the problem that I have with automation. Like, you want to stop people from working. I get it. And Lord knows I don't want to go to work. I've already said that. So, but you want to get rid of automation. So if people don't have jobs, where are they going to get this income from? If they're not getting it from the government, I mean, they got to get it from somewhere. So if people don't have money and you got robots making your products, nobody has money to buy them. So why are you making the products if you cannot get a profit? Because everybody's going to be all out of work. As soon as one company masters and perfects automation, it becomes a snowball effect. Everybody's going to see what that company's doing and they're going to follow it.
Yeah, and that ties in maybe to the crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crypto, because they're still trying to change cash. So I don't know if you realize, but there's a limit on how much money you can take out of the ATM.
Mm-hmm.
Now it used to be higher, but now it's like $200 is the limit.
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's for my
I know
bank.
mine was 400.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, mine was 4.
Yeah, and we got the same bank.
yeah.
But yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what their plan, unless it's that the doomsday thing, the concentration camp thing, because I'm like, that would be the only reason why everything would be on automation. But then again, it's like, what's the point of putting it on automation? Because like, how would that work? How would that work? It's like, what is the plan? What is? It's almost like they're just doing things just to feed.
They trying to make they trying to make the world. They trying to make this reality like the Hunger Games for real.
Oh, that and the futuristic fantasy that they have. We're flying cars, but if we raise our frequency high enough, we will be able to fly. We wouldn't even need no car. But you keep putting chemicals in everything. So, but anyways, yeah, so was that the question?
No. No, it wasn't. It was just.
Did we sidebar again? Was we on question 5?
Hey, listen, we've been sidebarring this entire time, and I'm not even upset. Huh?
Do y'all have ADHD? Because I do. Do y'all have ADHD?
Oh, I'm sure I probably have it too, but
I'm not 100% sure, but
yeah, my therapist. Yeah, you definitely have it.
I won't say I don't. I won't say it.
I'm sure I probably do, and again, it's fine. It's fine. When me and Luna talked on the phone, I told her that this was not scripted really. We were just gonna go with the flow because I had a strange feeling that we were gonna get off topic, and it's beautiful. I'm not even upset about it at all. So, but
authenticity.
Yes, exactly. So the question is, and I'm gonna let Luna go first. In your eyes, in your estimation, what should a living wage be?
Do you really want me to answer that?
I do, actually. After everything that was said, I still want you to answer the question.
You know my mentality on this world, right? We should not have to
I know.
pay for a birthright. It is
Just
a birthright to
just
have
for the
food,
sake of the
water,
question, though.
shelter. Okay. Okay. Me personally, um, when I start hiring my people, they'll be 15 an hour.
Mhm.
But that's just starting out. Ultimately, I really do hope, and I feel like the reason why a lot of the companies can't do that or feel like they can't give people $20 to $25 an hour is because they want to hold on to the money. Want to hold on to the money, want to hold on to the power, because then you could be like, I'm a CEO and I make billions of dollars. But
Mhm.
if you're giving your people more money, they're not gonna wanna. They may not want to work for you. But I do feel like 20 to 25, 30 at the most, living in America, that would be a fair wage for people. Hourly. Because I'm
Okay.
like, even the hourly thing, that's
Yeah.
giving too much of your time. 8 hours that's
Well,
your whole day.
see, I actually think wage earners have it better than those on salary, because when you're salary, you're locked in. Like, you
Yeah.
signed a contract, you locked in, so they can call you in no matter what. Hey, the job needs to be done. You got to
Yeah.
stay after, and you're not getting paid any more money. No overtime. Nope, you're already locked in at salary.
Mm, yeah.
So,
Salary is connected to that not conditioning, but that mentality of like status. Like,
mhm,
oh, I'm salary, baby. I'm not hourly. Like I can leave, I can come and go when I please. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But still, you still got a leash on you. So
mhm,
I get what you're saying. Um, yeah. So that's
yeah.
what I don't, fuck the power, but
I got you.
not fight it. Fuck it.
What say you, Cuzzo? What you think, man?
This is very unrealistic, what I'm about to say.
Okay.
This is so unrealistic. A livable wage, I think everybody should at least make $50 an hour. I know that's unrealistic. It
It's
is.
not. It's not.
It's really not, compared to how much these companies make.
If
Like,
they if they
come on.
want it, if they really want, but it'll take away from the profit margins, so the higher ups don't get their bonuses.
Exactly. It's all about them. It's not about us all together.
Mm-mm.
That village mentality is something that has to be implemented.
The higher ups, the higher ups at where I work at, they're not even allowed to talk to us. They're not even allowed to talk. If they're there, they can't even talk to us.
That's weird.
I mean, even the slave owners talk to.
Oh, shit.
And when they come in, they just walk through it, see the process, go right back out. It's like
Because
it's
they're
like a
not
chain.
human.
It's like chain of command.
Mm-mm.
Them. Then we got the plant manager, the owners, the plant manager. Then we got the supervisors. Then the supervisors talk to the TLs, and the TLs talk to us.
Yeah. Yeah,
See,
you
that
said
lack
it.
of communication. The lack of communication is easy to control people when there's a lack of communication, when there's a barrier. You
Hmm.
notice that's the reason why the world is not united like it needs to be, is because majority of us don't know each other's language.
Yeah.
That's why they try to teach everybody English. But if you teach everybody English, they're gonna forget their native tongue, and then
Right.
that takes away from the substance of
Yep.
the planet.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so it's like, because English is a bastard. It's bastardized. planet. I mean, not planet, language.
Yeah.
So it's like that you said they can't talk to you.
Mm,
That
no,
shit is that's some
it's,
creepy. That is
yeah,
creepy.
it's no for real. No, it's chain of command. They can walk by and look at you and look at what you're doing and look at the process, but speak to you. No,
That's creepy.
it
You
is.
know what? You know
Very
what it
creepy.
is, man. Work
It's
harder,
all.
nigga. No, I'm
Hey,
playing.
no. I feel like that sometimes though.
Feel like
When
that's what you pushing that energy towards you.
no, I feel like that because it's like I'm a person first of all. I'm not.
Yeah.
I just work here. I'm a person first. If
Mhm.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Say
Yeah.
what's up. How you doing? Because that's what I would do if I was if I was in that position. Because I understand that I understand that you work for the company and I might be a higher up, but you're still important.
Yeah.
You what keep this thing moving.
Yeah.
Right. And I
Actually treat people like they're people. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like people. That's it. Just treat people like people.
I,
And
I think
it,
that's what gets lost in translation with these companies. I don't mean to cut you off. It's just I think that they get so focused and so concentrated on profits that you start looking down on the people who are actually doing the fucking work. Like, you do realize that you wouldn't be able to sit in your cushy ass climate controlled environment if you didn't have people in there busting their ass and sweating and getting tired and limping out the fucking building every day. You do
Mhm.
realize that, right? You wouldn't be able to be in that cushy position if you didn't have people breaking their fucking backs to do this work.
mhm.
And like, they don't appreciate labor in this country. It's like the people who get up and do the real fucking work, they get overlooked. They get overlooked. Oh, no, 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 no. They devalued labor. Why is it that a motherfucker who makes, I'm sorry, why is it that a motherfucker who can sit behind a fucking desk in a computer make more money than a person who is in a shop or on the floor busting their ass doing manual physical fucking labor? And I gotta say this, I'm just because that's what I do for a living. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's production based, it's fast paced, it's a high stress environment. And I do this shit every day, been doing it for almost 8 years. And when I see people who sit behind a fucking desk get paid more money than me, when they couldn't ever in a million years do what the fuck I do, you couldn't
Mhm.
come in here and swap jobs. I could do your fucking job. All I need to do is know what I'm doing. But you can't physically come and do my job, though.
It's the
That's the difference.
it's that perspective. They don't have the perspective of the workers. They only have the perspective of the boss.
Yeah.
So they can never really be. That's why I do feel like it is good for people that are in these corporations to work their way up, because that way you know what it's like, and you'll be able to hold your integrity. You'll be able to know what it's like to be in here slaving, tired, and you will have some type of integrity. You will actually have some type of empathy for the people. But they feel like, hey, you ain't gotta work here. You can be somewhere else. That's what I feel. You don't have to be here. We'll hire somebody else. So you are just a number to them. And I feel like having the gift of perspective and looking at being able to look step into somebody else's shoes, I feel like that's a gift. I
Yeah.
feel like being able to have that mentality is a gift, and they ain't got it. They ain't got that mentality. They don't have that gift. So, you dealing with some soulless beings. All it is about the money. So it's like making those choices to
Yeah.
step away from it. You know what I mean? Making those choices to step away from it and doing what's best for you is it's the hardest thing in the world. That's one reason why I'm in the employment that I'm in,
Mhm.
is because I 9 to 5s, I don't have it. I
Yeah.
don't have it personally, but I am a partner. I took the initiative to get my LLC and
Mhm.
become a business partner with them, because I'm an operator now, but now I'm a business partner because I have the LLC.
Mm.
So it gives me more power. So now that I can hire people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been there.
Yeah.
I've literally driven. I'm driving. I know what it takes. You know, so because I'm driving, I have the perspective.
Right.
I can tell you, hey, yeah, sometimes people gonna stink, you know,
Mhm.
just put your mask on. I can tell you that. I'm not just throwing you in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I get it, and that has a lot to do with family oriented businesses where they just pass it down to their children, so they never know what it's like to be a worker because they just pass it down to their children. They pass the company down to their children. So yeah.
Yeah. You over there falling asleep, cuzzo?
No, G. I'm
Been over here hitting that pen.
No, this is
I
a
know I
breeze.
ain't putting you to sleep now.
No, this is a breeze. No, I suffer from low eyeball syndrome, and I definitely
bye.
and I
we know
did
what that is.
no, and then I did have a very very long night. I had a very crazy night last night.
All right, so I'm just gonna move on then. We're gonna go ahead and get through this. Almost done with the question portion. So, what percentage of your income do you think should be devoted to bills and necessities?
Ooh, this is another unrealistic thing I'm about to say. This is
Zero.
It's zero.
If anything, I'm gonna say like tithing 10%. Only 10%.
Wow.
Only 10.
Can't be upset with that.
Because if it wasn't for infrastructure, I don't understand why we have to pay water bills. Maybe the electric bill I get. Water, like why is it a water bill? Water.
Pay the people to make the water run.
Yeah, it's really crazy about the things that we have to pay for. That really it doesn't make sense. It really don't. I say 10%. If you asking me, 10% of what I make should be going towards bills. Period.
I guess I'm willing to go a little further. I'll say 20%. I'll say 20% should be devoted to all of my bills. And when I mean all of my bills, I mean all of them.
Yeah.
And the other 80% of my money, I should be able to do what I need to do with it.
Yeah.
That's, again, unrealistic.
But that's why it's so hard to get ahead, because they want all of your money. They like, nope. Light bill, $100, $120, everything.
And then another thing they'll do, I've had this conversation with somebody, and well, do you budget your money well? I almost got offended when they asked that question, and I had to stop myself from bringing the black side of me out, and because I was like, do you know who the fuck you talking to? And it's like, so you want me to scale back on everything. You want me to, cut my cable. You want me to cut my streaming services. You want me to not. You want me to basically go to the grocery store and buy non-brand name shit. You want me to get like great value and great choice. I can't get in the good shit, because I'm on a budget, and you want me to basically lower my standard of living so much just so I can barely break even.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it is.
And I'm just like, at some point, something's got to give. Like, so even though I work hard for a living, I don't get to have any luxuries. That's what you're telling me? I don't get to enjoy life. I'm just going to go to work, come home to mediocre shit, go to sleep, go back to work. That's it. What they call that? The long march or some bullshit?
They call that the slave trade. That's what it's a slavery system based on. It's like, you think that we were in what is that word? Purgatory.
I feel like it.
But I feel like, where my mentality, where it's gonna come from. It's gonna be for building a new system. So I feel like having a system that is based off of your income, and it automatically takes out how much your bills are. And I also do feel like these companies like Netflix and whoever, who all of these streaming services, I feel like they need to lower their prices.
I agree.
Like they need to lower their prices. Stop raising your price. Stop being greedy, because clearly it is greed.
It's great.
It's greed. You know,
It's
they
great.
they they got big. They got bit by the greed bug. But the thing is like that should be something that's implemented. I can't give you a percentage. I'm not gonna give you a percentage, but I feel like it should be based off of your income when it comes to your bills. Okay, they should base it off of that, and I feel like it should automatically be taken out of your check, and then whatever is left over, it should be enough for you to be able to enjoy your life. You know, I feel like if people, I know it's like, that's fantasy land. People would actually have to care about their workers. They would actually have to know their workers. They would actually have to not have such an overhead, a high overhead. But if we really want to move into a world where corporations genuinely care about humanity, they care
Hmm.
about our well being, our mental well being, they have to get to know their customers, not customers, they have to get to know their workers. Okay. They have to
Yeah.
know who they are, what they want, what their dreams are, and actually care about them. What type of movies they want to watch. Like you have to care.
Yeah.
Um, but I digress.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on. This is the okay, we're at the second portion of it. So I'm about to play a clip because we're about to talk about the gig economy. And the clip I'm about to play is going to give anyone who's not familiar with the gig economy just a little brief summation of what it is. So, yeah.
The word gig usually conjures visions of a one-off musical performance. It happens once and then the band is off to find their next performance, or gig. Gig is actually a slang term, meaning a job for a specified period of time. But it's found its way into mainstream business vocabularies as more and more communities trend toward a gig economy. A gig economy is a free market system in which temporary positions are common. Freelancers, independent contractors, project-based workers, and temporary hires all fall under the title gig workers and are found across every industry. Gig employees could be writers, rideshare drivers, photographers, accountants, realtors, handymen, programmers, tutors, artists, dog walkers, really anyone who enters into formal agreements with a company to provide services without being on the company's payroll. With digitization, the workforce is increasingly mobile, so workers can select temporary jobs from around the world and employers can find the best individuals for each job, without as much geographic constraint. The gig economy also saves businesses resources, like benefits, office space, and training, while providing employees benefits like an improved work-life balance and freedom to select jobs, or gigs, that they're interested in. While this flexibility is appealing, gig workers in turn usually trade that in for modest pay, little or no health or retirement benefits, tax complications, and out-of-pocket equipment expenses. And there's a blurred line between those who voluntarily work as contractors and those who are being taken advantage of by an employer that might classify someone as a contractor to get out of paying fair wages and benefits.
So, is gig work sustainable?
Ooh, that's a question. 'Cause this is the first time I've gig economy and like this is the first time I've ever like heard that before ever. I mean I've heard the word before, but I've never understood what it was.
Yeah. Well,
Is
that's why
it
it was important to put that in there.
is it sustainable? Probably not, because
What I
there's
meant
really
to say was, is it sustainable from the worker's perspective? Because we all
oh
know it's sustainable from the business owner's
from the
perspective.
worker's perspective, no, absolutely not. Like they say, you a freelancer. Really, you like a hired gun. You a mercenary. You get there, you get the job done. Then after you're done with the job, then it's okay. Thank you for being here, and then they get to keep it moving. It's I didn't know no access to no health care, and then out of pocket buying your for equipment for whatever. Like that's crazy. Excuse me. That's crazy.
I mean,
Well,
you got your Door Dashers and your, people who do like Instacart and stuff like that. Those are kind of classified as gig work type jobs, Uber and stuff like that. So I mean, I get people do it for the flexibility, but that's the
Yeah.
trade off. You doing it for modest pay, and it's like, can you define what modest pay is?
I I know I done had uh a lot of Lyft drivers who told me how much they are making a week. They was doing fine.
Mm,
They was doing way better than I was.
mm.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yo, man.
It's
One lady, she was driving a Cadillac, and she told me since her car is classified as a luxury vehicle, since it's a Cadillac, she said on a good week, if she drive maybe about 45 to 50 hours a week doing Lyft, she make about $4,000 a week. Yeah, and I looked at her and I was like, what? Yeah, in that space, what
how
kind of
long?
car you? Huh?
How long ago was that?
Oh man, that was last year in the summer. Probably about that was about August.
She's
August.
making she's making that much because there's not that many Lyft drivers anymore. It used to be a plethora,
Oh yeah.
so she can make that much now. But when I was working Lyft, like I've been self-employed gig work since 2014.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So when I was working Lyft and Uber and stuff like that, it was that it was popping. Everybody was doing it. You couldn't go down the street without seeing a Lyft light. So when the pandemic hit, didn't nobody want to work for Lyft?
Mm,
So everybody quit. So now that the Lyft drivers have regained their courage, a lot of them are going back and working for Lyft, and that's why they're able to make that money because it's not that many Lyft drivers. So that's the reason why she's making that money. Uh, go ahead though. I was gonna answer the question, but were you done? You weren't done.
Yeah. No, no, no. I was done. It was just. Do I think it's sustainable? Probably not. Probably
mm,
not. I'm gonna go with a hard no.
mm.
Um, I feel like it used to be in from 2019, I want to say 2018, 2019, up until the pandemic. In between that time, it was. Then when they had too many workers, that's when they started giving low ass wages and
Mm.
being disrespectful with their wages. I just got out of the Instacart cycle. I was in Instacart for almost 3 years. And when I tell you, I was struggling towards the end, like really struggling because I was working so many hours and doing so many orders
Hmm.
that and I was like carrying, I remember one time I carried 20 cases of water by myself, and I have a video of it. 20 cases of water. It was a $65 order, and I did it I had to do two trips because I had my truck, but I had too many waters. So it was like in Dearborn.
Mm.
It was $65. So I made $65 an hour, but the amount of work that I had to put in,
Yeah.
my body it was not, So back then, before post pandemic, yes. Um, and then after the pandemic for Lyft and Uber, yeah, transportation is untouchable if you don't have an overflow of drivers. So I would say it really depends on the time. Is what I would say if it's sustainable or not. It will depend on the time and where we're at in that moment in time.
Hmm. That's those are interesting responses. I mean, personally, from what I know about it, is it sustainable? I mean, like, yeah, it could be, but not from the standpoint of if you're going into it, like, if you're going into it needing health benefits,
Mhm.
dental insurance. And so if you got kids and your kids need insurance because you can't get them on government insurance because they say you make too much money. um that's, they won't subsidize your life, but they will subsidize these oil companies who already make record fucking profits, but they
Mm.
won't subsidize a person who's getting off their ass, going to work every day, trying to work hard. If people are, um, I mean, Christ, the price of eggs went up to what? A dozen eggs went up to damn near $8, didn't it? It's probably going
Mhm.
back down now, but at one point it was like almost $8. And then these jobs don't want to give raises like that. So even if they gave you $1 raise, what the fuck is $1 when everything else is going up by like $2 or $3?
Mhm.
It's like it's literally eating into your finances. And then they look, well, we just gave you a raise. The fuck is $1? I don't mean to come off as ungrateful and not
Mhm.
appreciative, but it's like,
You don't have to be appreciative of $1.
but and it's like these jobs that give you, well, not in your case, cuzzo, but I know in my case they give us shitty ass health insurance. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Shitty ass health insurance with a high ass deductible. And it's like, you really expect me to pay this fucking deductible? How? You don't even pay me enough to be able to pay the fucking deductible.
Mhm.
So it's like, so you saving money on your end. Hey, we giving you health insurance. We can say we're giving you health insurance. We didn't say it was good, but we gave you health insurance. You have it. And if you tried to apply for any government assistance, oh, you make too much money. Really? If I made I wouldn't come to you fuckers if I was making enough money. It's like and I'm not saying this from me personally. I'm really speaking on behalf of people who I know in the same predicament. You know what I'm saying? They have literally stretched it. Some people are participants in the gig economy while working a full-time regular job. And that's what I always ask people: can you define what hard work is? Because
It's,
everybody's definition is not the same. If I
it's
hear,
not possible to do that for me. Go
huh?
ahead. I said it's not possible for me to do that. I gotta have one job or maybe some side.
Yeah,
gig. But other than that, I can't do Instacart and this job at the same time.
I agree. I can't do it either. That's one of the things that the only reason I've been at my job for as long as I've been there is because of the hours. I go in, do my 8 hours. It's early. I get off at an early time, and I don't have to work weekends.
Yeah.
And I told them that to their face. That's the only reason really why I'm here. It sure as hell ain't to pay.
Mm.
Oh no, for sure. I don't know why everybody think people be thinking that I make money. I'm like, bro,
Oh man, you got it.
nah, bro. Hey, look, that's what they say. No, hey, bro, you got it. And I'm like, no, bro, I'm surviving just like you, nigga. Trust me, I'm
What
surviving.
do you want from me?
I'm surviving.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I do not have it. This is the first. Like, I've never done anything illegal in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little bit of it. Like I had about a week where I was like, bro, I got to start scamming to selling drugs because this shit ain't working.
You were thinking about starting the OnlyFans, wasn't you?
I thought about it, but
I thought
I
about
got.
it this morning, honestly. I was like, you know what?
Hey, look. I can't
Well, I'm
even blame. I
strong.
can't even blame nobody for even thinking of that. It's like, do you know how fucking hard it is out here? I ain't even
Bro,
gonna be mad if I see somebody like, hey, bro, hey, sis, I get it. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
like,
hey,
when I'm
no,
a
I fucking
public
get it.
figure, they're gonna be like, to her OnlyFans, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
it'd be one of those things where it'd be like, hey, man, it's hard out here.
It
If I
is. I
have to
mean, it
make it
is
work,
though. It
Like she
is.
over
make
here
it
trying to
work.
feed the homeless, and she got OnlyFans. What we do?
I'll tell them
I'm
like,
doing
hey,
it for them.
I'll be like, hey, even Jesus walked with the prostitutes. Leave me alone, man. Leave me
Oh
alone.
man.
Yeah, I'm doing this putting on lotion. I wouldn't even be. I ain't gonna be even doing the bad baby bull as minuscule work as possible. No, that's
Man.
one of the streams of income.
Yeah,
But I got too much talent, so I'm like, nah.
I agree with you. Same here.
But
Same here.
okay. So what's the next question?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna move. Oh, say okay. So why don't more wage earners unionize?
Hmm.
That I can't. I'm in one, so I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
you really can't really answer that.
Yeah, I don't know because I think the union is absolutely a necessity at any place of employment. I think everybody should have a union,
Mm-hmm.
but then you got to make sure your union isn't corrupt.
Yeah. And you gotta make sure it's a good one in terms of being able to collectively bargain on behalf of the people it claims to represent, really bargaining in their best interest and not the interest of the people actually running the fucking union.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I feel like unity is a unicorn
Mm,
because society is being shaped to fend for itself.
yeah.
Everybody, I mean, we had talked about it. You know, even the dating industry or whatever you call it. It's not an industry, but you know, the
Might
dating
as well
pool.
be.
We are dating for business purpose only. No,
Yeah.
but even with the dating, you know, it's hard to actually have a real relationship with someone and have a real connection with someone,
Yeah.
because society is being molded to be okay with being alone. I mean, look at the epidemic of single mothers, and these men out here do not care. They're like, oh, you got my baby, and
Mm.
I'm still going to live my life. Yeah, I have another one pregnant. So look, Exhibit A with her bonnet on. One, two, three. But yeah. So we're being pushed into a society where everybody is okay with being um being single. So having a union and having unity is low key frowned upon.
Mm.
Not in the future. It won't be that way in the future. But because we gonna know that in order for us to actually be able to breathe clean air, we're gonna need
Yeah.
each other. But
You saying
but
we
yeah,
just in the wrong time.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So it'll come. I'll be done shortly, okay? I'll be done shortly. Thank you.
Yeah, this is actually the last question.
Okay.
And I thought this would be a good one. I thought this would be a good way to end this segment of the show.
Okay.
What would it look like if the entire country went on strike?
Whew.
Pure
Beau-
chaos.
Beautiful.
What'd you
I
say,
would.
Luna?
I said pure chaos.
That's the same answer my wife gave.
Hmm.
Same exact.
It'll be beautiful.
Oh, you
Beautiful.
said beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
After all of the killings and
Oh, damn! I shouldn't have laughed at that. I'm sorry.
look, humor, dark
No,
humor, that's natural.
no, no. The only reason I say it will be beautiful because then corporations will really have to pay attention
Hmm.
to like what's really going on. If we all said, no, we're not going to work today. You do you know how hard it was for people to get people to come after the pandemic to get people to come back to work?
Hmm.
It's tough.
It
Y'all
was it
lucky,
was
cause I ain't even get no break during the fucking pandemic. We worked through all of that shit. You
I was
remember
yeah,
I
working.
was calling you complaining about the shit.
I was off that whole year. I ain't gonna
I
hold you. That
hated that shit. Like, why do I still have to
whole
work
year.
when everyone don't?
I was working
But
in a nursing home.
Okay, never
oh
mind.
man,
It
Comment
was
I
withdrawn.
oh man, it was one of those. It was a beautiful time for me. I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to be down for. I'm telling you, all I did. This is when I was doing these things. All I did was play with my daughter. I was a stay at home husband, so because my wife had to work. All I did was play with my daughter, feed her
shit.
everything, smoke all the weed I wanted, and played the game. That's all I did. But then I understand what it's like to be a single mom now too. I tell everybody that I did it for a year. I've never understood bubble baths and wine more than I understand it now. Never understood it more.
Hey, Luna's eyes got big when you said that.
Never understood it more. Never understood it.
Wine right now.
I'm trying to tell you. I be like, if my wife came home, I'd be like, I looked at her, I was like, baby, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I really do.
See, the art of perspective. Being able to step into someone else's shoes.
It took the pandemic though. The pandemic shaped me. But man, did I have a lot of fun in it? Yes. But it'll be beautiful for a nationwide strike because nothing will move, and then the companies will be forced to have to listen to what the workers are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The complaints, everything. They be like, oh, so what you're really saying is you need more money. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's the only fucking reason we come to this motherfucker.
I mean, people have been saying that for forever, but you know, it's hard to actually implement action when people are tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so. But yeah.
Well, if how would anyone be able to reach out to you guys or follow you guys?
Well, go ahead.
No. Go ahead, Lou.
Okay. So I do have a YouTube channel. It's called The Invention of Peace. You can reach me on there. I also have a Instagram called The Invention of Peace as well. That's a new Instagram, so I don't have many followers. But that's for my business home. You can also find me on TikTok, which is Universal Luna. That's where I'm mostly active. I haven't even debuted the hair yet on there, but it's gonna be fabulous.
I feel special now. She did it first on my show. I feel good.
Yeah. You're the first person that's actually seen it. Well, besides my daughter. So, yep, Universal Luna on TikTok. That's where I'm most active, and then I am on Facebook, which is Luna Porter on Facebook. So that's where you can find me.
Well, my answers are going to be different because I have no social media until I start doing the things that I need to. Because I hate the internet. I really do. I hate it. I hate it so much. But once I get everything up to snuff,
you'll be back on the show, man.
Yeah, no, I know. See, that's the thing. If you want to find me, just come here. Come here. Oh, be here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you both will be back. Long as you want to come back, and obviously, you know, well, I definitely have interesting topics for you guys to talk about. This was you know, first time doing this here with this, and it was very productive.
Mm-hmm.
Very productive.
I'm definitely with it. I'm always with getting the people to talk. I wish that Detroit had like a podcast that people can actually talk about real issues. I want to talk to Detroit about the litter.
Ooh.
And figure out what's your problem. What we need to do.
Yeah,
no,
I see a lot of it.
To be honest, in Detroit, with all the litter, I think it's depending on the area. It's hard to care about an area that look like garbage, especially if you stay in there. So it's really hard to like care about it.
It's a trickle down.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish we had the unity of our grandparents or great grandparents, should I say, back then when everybody was together. It was a family. It was a village. It's not like that anymore, and it's sad.
What are you trying to say? Freedom destroyed our unity?
No, the wanted to be included in everything that didn't want to include us. You know,
not keeping our own shit and giving it away. Not all up
No,
in
no,
be talking to us, all types of crazy and shooting and killing us. They feel like they are the community.
Yeah.
and integration was the worst thing that happened to African American people in this country.
Okay,
To
we're
me,
gonna say that for the next show.
yeah.
Because that one
You
is
got
going.
you saw
Yeah,
my mouth. I was
I
like,
know that's what I say. That one is gonna be a conversation, and I'm like, yeah, we definitely gonna have y'all back for that one. So, look, this is yeah, we're just gonna end it like that. So, yeah, thanks for watching this episode. I'll put the links in the show notes if anyone wants to go and support Luna. And I'll leave the question to you all: is wage slavery a thing, or is it just another number?